This is 5x5 blindfolded.
In this event, you memorize a 5x5, put your blindfold on, and solve it.
A 5x5 breaks down into 5 different piece types: wings, midges, corners, X centers, and plus centers.
The way you solve a 5x5 blindfolded is one piece type at a time. A piece of a particular piece type can only be swapped with pieces of the same piece type. You memorize where each piece goes, and since each piece also has a letter associated with it, this gives you letter pairs to memorize, and in turn, images associated with those letter pairs. I personally use Roman rooms, or method of loci. This is an ancient method in which you store information in rooms in your mind. I use real-world rooms, such as my bedroom or bathroom, and imagine the images I memorize in different locations within that room. If I reviewed enough, then my memo should stick well enough for me to remember it when my blindfold is on. Many people also memorize using sentences with their images for efficiency, or other methods such as pure audio memorization. But Roman rooms works better for me for 5-blind. After memorizing all these cycles and committing them to memory via the images and rooms, I put my blindfold on and execute. I use a variety of different algorithms that swap 2 or 4 pieces and commutators that swap 3 pieces in order to solve it. A commutator is a sequence of moves governed by A, B, A', B', and it generally swaps 3 pieces in a cycle, which is exactly what we want for an event like this. Sometimes you can't just swap 3 pieces because only 2 or 4 need to be swapped. In that case, we use special algorithms called parity algorithms in order to execute those cases. In this solve, I used a number of extra parity algorithms in order to be safe when I couldn't think of the correct commutator to use in order to ensure I would get a success. In the end, I ended up achieving an 11-minute, 33-second time. This was a PR by over 40 seconds and my first official PR in over 3 years. Don't worry about it being 1 turn off at the end, that's just a +2. If you mess up the very last move in any event, it's just add 2 seconds to the time. If I thought about it, I would have turned it correctly, but in my head, I couldn't remember exactly which way to turn it in the moment, so I didn't want to think about it. Instead, just stop the time and take the potential +2, because I did a U2 before the algorithm, which kind of messed up my thoughts, but it doesn't matter. Still a success, and placed me 4th place at Southeast Championships, so yeah, pretty cool.